is the North End. This is the North End.
Hello, North Enders. This is Brian Ireland, and this is the GBU, otherwise known as the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, with Spurs versus West Ham. But before we get into that, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Really helps the channel, helps us grow. Looking forward to getting into this. Let's do it. The good. All right. The good's always nice to start with because we've got quite a bit of good in this game, especially in the second half, but particularly our two wingbacks. You had Perisic on the bench and Ben Davies starting on the left-hand side. First time he's played wingback under Conte. So interesting to see the difference between what he did there for Pochettino back in the day and what he's doing with Conte in this scenario, or in this case, Stellini, since Conte was still not with the team. And on the right-hand side, of course, Emerson Royale, who's been in incredible form. Another wonderful game from him. But let's start with Ben Davies. Ben Davies had a very good performance, I thought. Solid, got up and down. A little bit struggling on the crossing. Always been kind of a thing for him when he was playing wingback, even under Poch. His crossing wasn't the best, but he gets into the box well. He still defends well, and he runs that left-hand side. So good performance. Out of 10, I'd probably give him a 7. So it was quite solid. On the other side, Emerson Royale, though, another wonderful game. Best player on the pitch, arguably, maybe next to Romero, who I'll add to this as part of the good. Romero had a wonderful performance as well. The defense was obviously quite a bit more solid than we've been in some time, with another clean sheet. And Emerson Royale just bombing up and down the right-hand side, playing with a ton of confidence. Looks like he knows the position really well. Creating, scores a goal, wonderful team goal that he got on the end of from Davies initially, and from a Højbjerg pass, and then from Davies to Royale to score the first goal. Wonderful finish from Royale. Very simple, looked like a striker in that far up the pitch. But incredible. That's what a Conte wingback is supposed to be doing. So wonderful stuff from him. Glad to see it. Let's get into the bad. The bad is another crap first half. I don't understand it. I'm not quite sure if they're ever going to get over this, if this is a Conte tactical thing, if this is just something that ends up happening with Conte, but incredibly frustrating with Conte football. It was very mediocre, slow. To be fair, West Ham were also crap. It wasn't just Spurs struggling in the first half. It was both teams, not putting the right passes together, not moving the ball quickly, not moving off the ball quickly either. Just very sort of dull first half. And it's been a habit for Spurs this entire season. It's frustrating, difficult to watch, but didn't seem to matter. We went into the half 0-0 and all to play for in the second half. So despite it happening, it didn't affect us as much as it could have. But yeah, frustrating. Really something needs to be addressed there. I don't know if it's tactical or if it is mentality or if it's a bit of both, but Conte needs to sort it out. Maybe Stellini can sort it out. He seems to be doing a lot better than Conte has been. All right, let's get into the ugly. The ugly. Now, I don't want to bring this up again. I'm sick of bringing this up again because we talk about it over and over again. We talk about it on a regular podcast. The other lads talk about it on their, on their good, bad, and ugly, or the 5 things. Is the referees in the Premier League. We had another scenario here where it was a clear handball in the box, goes down for it. His arm blocks it from getting to Kane. Kane's popping that in with his eyes closed, and it's a non-call. I mean, VAR look at it and they don't even. There's nothing there. I mean, I think you're supposed to give a free kick in that situation at the very least. It was incredibly strange. Lee Mason, who earlier in the week has quit because of a poor call in an Arsenal Brentford game. This is a scenario where this is an opportunity to stop that from happening. It's clear the rules are in place, and this should have been a handball. Fortunately, it didn't affect the game in the end. We still won 2-0. Had it been given, it would have been a bit earlier in the game that we would have gotten the penalty and hopefully a goal. I mean, you expect Kane to put that away. So pretty frustrating that the referees aren't learning their lessons, especially after one of them had to quit because of the mistakes he made. So there's not a lot frustrating other than that for me about this game. So struggling to come up with that one, but it is the one thing that I still think is and continues to be ugly in the Premier League and needs to be sorted. And this was another example of just baffling decisions by VAR and by the referees on the pitch as well. All right, well, this has been the good and bad, the ugly. Thank you for watching the North End, and make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
This is the North End. This is the North End.